Alright, figured I'd show off what my new shop. In the last videos where I showed all my machines, we were in my garage, my attached 2-car garage, and since then we got this 12 by 16 foot pre-made shed to use as a bit of a workshop. So it's pretty cramped in here, but so far I have most of my stuff, and it is quite messy right now. So I have that old drill press, but that thing's going away. It's a pile of junk. I just got the mill in here, just finished it up a couple minutes ago. I took it all apart and checked some things. We definitely need to do some work to it. The x-axis nut needs to get replaced. Probably the y-axis as well. I'd like to put a DRO on it at some point. We'll see. I think I'm going to build out a touch DRO system. But I made some chips with her tonight, and she seems like she's doing all right. We'll fire her up in a minute. And then this is a new acquisition. This was a Walker Turner Driver Series drill press my dad got, and he gave it to me. This also needs some work. The table's got a big old crack back here that needs to get brazed up. Needs to get cleaned up real well, but she runs pretty good too. And then another little acquisition is this tag lathe. These things are pretty neat and honestly pretty affordable. I think I don't know, I kitted it out piece by piece. I bought you can get the bed and the headstock directly from Tag for, it's right around $200, and that comes with the carriage, the tool post, cross slide, and then just kind of I bought out some other things. I got the tailstock, the motor that didn't come from Tag. That is I think that's an old HVAC motor I got from my dad. And then in here, I'll grab a light, but I got some other accessories. I got a shop-made milling attachment right there. That's actually got a 3D printed bracket on the back. It works all right. And then I got the steady rest. Yeah, and some other just odds and ends in there. And then here's the old Artisan Manufacturing lathe. It used to be on a cast iron bed. I took that off. I thought this would work better, but I'm going to end up putting it back on the cast iron bed. I need to figure out a different system for the bearings on this counter shaft back here, because that system isn't really working. Those 2x4s have a bit too much play in them, so I think I'm going to put it back on the cast iron legs and use it like that. That way there's a little bit more rigidity in it. I got a 3D printed e-stop enclosure with the toggle switch there to start it, and then I also got to put a relay in there so that it's so that we're not switching current, full motor current out of that box. And then there's the shaper. Yeah, that's still going good. I don't use it as much as I should, but I like it. Yeah. So, like I said, the shop's pretty small. I got lofts on top, and then I have it. It's all insulated in here, and then as you can see, I ran some conduit, and there's a sub panel back there. Don't tell any electricians, because it's currently not. I need to get another sub panel or feeder breaker in my garage to get more permanent wiring out here, because right now it's just on an extension cord on one circuit, but it's been serving me all right for now. It's very temporary until it's permanent. I'm sure other people know how that goes. Yeah, I got 2 lofts. Over winter, this is northern Michigan, so over winter it gets pretty cold. I got one of those diesel Viver heaters. It'll heat it up from like very low single digit numbers up to mid 40s in half hour, 45 minutes or so. That thing's been a godsend, so I can be out here even in the dead of winter. Yeah. And honestly, for I don't live on a very big piece of property. I only got a little over an acre, and Having a bigger shop really wasn't in the cards, especially with we have a homeowners association that wouldn't allow a bigger building. But for the price, this thing is fantastic. All right, let's fire up the mill here. We'll dial in 20 thou on some random chunk of steel. I'm sure my speeds are all wrong. Yeah, I think this machine's going to get a lot more use than when I had it out in the garage. Like I said, I'd like to put a DRO on it. That way I can get a little more use out of it. I don't think the finish is too terrible. This is pretty gummy stuff. But yeah, it's a good machine. I'd like to do a little bit more with it now that it's out in my own little environment. All right, guys, thanks.